Hi.
Hello. Hey, welcome. All right. Wendy, can you hear me, Wendy? Testing 1, 2, 3. Yes, you can, right? Awesome.
What?
What?
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Right. Can you hear me now? So, hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday afternoon with Wendy, Joseph. We are beginning a new week, right? It's a great week. It's August 10th. It's a great day. And Wendy's out in the West Coast. I am in the East Coast. And it is still summer, last I checked. So
yes, it's absolutely beautiful out today.
That's what we want to hear. Absolutely beautiful. That's the best way to be.
That's right.
So Wendy came up with this great idea, guys, that we should talk about personality types. And therefore, because we're working with Lifewave and the different patches that do different things, some help with moods, some help with pain relief, some do more energy. I mean, there's just so many different ways that these patches can really help to put the body in, I guess we call it homeostasis. And Wendy came up with this great idea because she's been experiencing, like myself and so many thousands and thousands of others, a heightened awareness and a heightened calmness, like almost like a euphoric type of well-being. Wouldn't you say, Wendy?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Just very, very calm and that like happy, calm, content. I guess content would be a really good word. Even with outside, things that aren't always perfect going on around you, it's still like a overall content mood.
Yeah. And so we thought we would take a few of the personality types that we have. We have a website that Wendy and I are now promoting as well called performanceenhancingpatches.com. And we'll, tell you more about that as the
performance enhancing stem cell patches.
Well, that's our that's our Facebook page.
Oh, that's right. Okay. That's right.
And the website itself, the domain name is without the stem cells because it's just easier because it's too much for people to type, I think. So makes it easy. But we have 5 very key personality types. And Wendy wanted to kind of take each day and focus on just one at a time. So today, Wendy, we're going to do what?
We're going to talk about anger.
Anger, rage, okay. And something interesting, that I found, and maybe you'll agree with this, it links people with rage disorders as narcissists, that almost every narcissist has rage and anger connected to it. So if you're a narcissist, you better get ready for the rage because it's coming. Now, I found a really cool clip, and I'm not going to say too much about it because everybody, once you see it, you will get it. But it is hilarious because we have to make this exciting and fun and entertaining. And, we just don't want you to sit here for 5-10 minutes and just be bored to tears, right? So we have to make this entertaining, guys. So I'm going to roll a clip, Wendy, and then we're going to go into rage. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's play it.
Okay, here we go. And get your snacks out, guys. It's snack time. If it's movie time. Okay.
Can I get a headset?
Certainly.
Thank you. Miss?
I'll be right there, sir.
Where's your headset?
She's busy right now, but it's coming.
For crying out loud, you're missing important plot points.
Ma'am?
Could you give me a second, sir?
Excuse me. Could I maybe get that headset, please?
Do not raise your voice to me, sir.
I wasn't raising my voice.
Okay, just calm down.
I am calm. I just want my headset.
Sir, our country is going through a very difficult time right now, and if you're not going to cooperate...
I don't know where a headset ties into patriotism.
Is there a problem here, sir?
Buddy.
I don't think so.
Can you come to the back of the plane with me so we can have a talk?
Talk about what? There's not a problem. The steward is just keeps...
Flight attendant.
The flight attendant keeps ignoring me when I ask.
Calm down.
I am calm. What is it with you people?
You people.
Oh, now wait a minute. I don't mean you people. I mean you people.
Sir, I will not tolerate any racist behavior on the plane. This is a very difficult time for our country.
I know that. I'm not a racist. I just want to watch the movie.
I'm only going to say this one more time, sir. Calm down.
I'm calm!
All rise.
What do you think?
Not guilty. It's a no-brainer.
Mr. Busnick, in case 723, assault and battery against a flight attendant, I find you guilty.
Okay, so that was a clip from Adam Sandler with Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson.
I love that
Anger
movie.
Management. Wasn't that a great movie?
I love Jack Nicholson, but I love him in that movie, especially oh gosh, yeah, the movie's awesome.
I thought that was a great little clip there because anybody can lose their cool. I mean, from time to time, we raise our voice or whatever. But what we're really trying to talk about, guys, is rage. Like where you see smoke coming out of people's ears and, like their head turns red and they're ready to bite somebody. So Wendy, tell us what is up with rage and how bad and serious is it? And,
Well, rage is, it's bad all the way around. I mean, for one thing, you can, it harms your own body when you like give into rage. It's really bad on your whole system, physically, emotionally, mentally, and it's obviously hard on relationships. It's hard on other people. You can actually hurt other people. You can accidentally get in a fit of rage. And actually, for an example, in our town yesterday at a restaurant, and I had just pulled up right as it was happening, so we had to leave and come back later. Some lady got arrested because she was asked for her ID, and she didn't. I don't know whether she didn't have it, and was upset that she didn't have it. I don't know if it's just that they asked for it, but she went into this huge bit of rage, and was throwing metal chairs at other customers. Broke 3 of their new umbrellas for outdoor seating. Was throwing the chairs into the parking lot at cars, tipping over tables. Cops had to come and wrestle her down. It's not funny. I mean, but that is an example of what rage. And think, if she would have hit somebody with one of those chairs, and I'm not any judge by any means. I don't know what was going on in her head. Who knows what was happening in her life, that obviously it probably wasn't the fact that somebody asked her for her ID. There's probably a lot more behind it. And so what we're getting at is it's an issue, and there's 40 million people in the US that are on some sort of medication for mood disorders, whether it's anger. Anger can actually come from depression. It could just, show its head that way. So we're trying to help people find other ways to deal with, like today we're talking about anger without medication.
Can I throw in this other thought too? Because you just reminded me of something, and everything that you said is so true. But, I was thinking how many people are locked up and in prison over less than 60 seconds of rage.
Rage. Yeah. Road rage. People in jail for road rage, manslaughter because of road rage. There's people arrested and go to jail all the time for, spousal abuse just because of an argument that, brings up rage. So we're really trying to help people. We're focusing one thing at a time, and rage is a big issue, and it can stem, like we said, from depression and anxiety, or a combination. And so, that's why we're addressing that with a new way to alleviate this out of your life without pills that have really bad side effects.
Yeah, that's really it. I mean, what Wendy and I are talking about, fine, and there's Wendy's, is we wear these patches.
Get on the skin.
Wendy and I and thousands of others all over the world, guys, are wearing these patches every day, just like we breathe in oxygen, just like breathing in air.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point, guys, where we see this as a normal way of living. Like, you drink water, you have to hydrate your body, and we're wearing patches too, because the patch is, well, tell us a little about, what the patch and the specific patch that works to help with moods and maybe this rage personality.
Well, our main one, the X39, Lifewave's X39 patch, this one is one that we definitely, like, everybody that wears the patches should start with the X39, because this helps with the overall sense of well-being and just calmness and well-being. But then the Nirvana focuses on other, stem cells in other parts of our body and our brain that are more focused on having a mood that's not like real high or real low, just a stable. It's a mood stabilizer, and these work in combination with each other really, really well. And people are able to slowly come off of their medications with, you have to work with your doctor. We don't recommend anybody ever going off of something without working with and through their doctor. But it's a safer way to deal with emotional problems. And there's no drugs in it. There's no ingredients in it. It uses light phototherapy to make your own body do and work the way it's supposed to. By making these stem cell connections. And stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking about how it can calm a person's heart, their heart rate. It can calm your breathing, because one of the things, like I used to have anxiety. So anxiety can sometimes trigger other things, other emotions. It could trigger rage. And like you were saying about depression, you have the manic, you get the bipolar. One day you're really down, and then the next day, bam, you're going nuts, you're going crazy, and you're just flipping out on the smallest little thing, right? So that is what these patches eliminate, guys. I mean, literally, you're talking about balancing and just stabilizing that mood without drugs, chemicals, as Wendy was saying. And Wendy, just kind of tell, you might as well speak, from firsthand experience. I mean, because, sometimes people say, oh yeah, but how do you know? Like my own daughter, I'm trying to help her get off of psych meds because she's taking a bunch of stuff for antidepressants. And she's taking antidepressants and anxiety meds. So that's something, that you've had some experience with.
Yeah, I've been on and mostly on, except for anxiety and depression and like OCD for majority of like the last 20 years. I don't like side effects. That's why I always try to go off. Side effects are just horrible. Nobody likes those. But then when you go off of them to get rid of the side effects, then you've got, the problem again. And it's just it's a continuous battle. It's like, do I want the problem or do I want the side effects? And nobody wants either. And so now I've been able to go off of them finally without, I don't have any side effects because there are no side effects. And I'm not on the medications and I feel better than I ever did on the medications. So there is an alternative. And I just want people to know that. And it's not like it's going to take away the stresses in your life because they're going to be there, but it is going to help the way you respond to them. And it's going to help the way you actually see them. And sometimes we see them as bigger than they really are, just because of the way we see things. And one thing these patches actually have, the one way that they help with this is they help your thinking abilities. They help with being able to reason and like I said, it helps with OCD. So OCD can make a problem seem bigger than it is. So if you're actually able to see something for what it really is and see past it, that in itself can help deal with like anger. Like I printed out this thing that says anger is a response to threats or stressors in our environment. And also frustration, such as facing roadblocks while trying to achieve a goal, can also trigger these anger responses. So if we're able to actually think clear and see clear, we won't respond this way because we're going to be seeing things in a clear way. We're not going to be seeing things with an exaggerated imagination.
Right. Exactly. And what you said, it's so amazing because the body was meant to heal itself. I mean, that's what homeopaths are all about. And so imagine being able to just change or trigger different frequencies in the body that are healthier frequencies, because our body is electrical more than it is biological, right? And so what we're doing is we're using, as Wendy said, this light therapy, this phototherapy. And light, I mean, we see the sun all the time, but we don't even think sometimes what is the sun's frequency and how does the sun impact us. Well, imagine that light source working through a patch, and you put it on just like a Band-Aid. It's the easiest technology. Somebody was telling me yesterday or the other day about this new device that you have to plug in and it emits these frequencies, et cetera, to help do something similar. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there. I said, well, God gave us a device. This is a device. This is a machine. And this machine is the device. And, instead of buying a device to adjust the machine, we have a patch. And the patch really works with your body's own energy fields and meridians, like acupuncture fields, et cetera. I mean, I don't want to get too technical, guys, but all I want to say is Wendy is a perfect example. I'm a perfect example of people who have been on the patch for months and months and months, wearing different patches, getting amazing results. And we want to bring you many, many more people that are getting results, and they can't all be psychosomatic. I mean, it's like how many people can you line up and say, okay, it's just in your mind. It's all in your mind. It's all in your head.
Yeah.
Well,
an example, my daughter also has anxiety and like kind of mood disorders. And she wasn't quite, sometimes you're not as in touch with your body as maybe somebody that knows you and is close to you. Her husband is the one that notices when she's wearing the patch more than she does.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they work. I mean, because if he can notice it, and that's the thing about not being on any kind of psych meds or chemical or drug that has side effects, or even if it didn't have side effect, the fact that it's not natural, it's not letting the body produce its own calming changes, right? And can you imagine somebody who lives in constant fear and constant anxiety, what that could mean for their life? I mean, now that they're like this whole new person.
I know what it can do. I've experienced it.
it's. I mean, me too. I
like
definitely
stepping into the in or out of something like the Matrix. I don't know. It's amazing.
It's truly amazing.
It's like a game changer.
It is a game changer. So guys, you want to sample the patch. You want to find out where you can go, how you can sample the patch, how you can sample some of these patches. Wendy, you want to share where they can go if you want to?
WendyRichEnergy.com. You can go and sample the patches there, or also stem cell. With the new one was the performance.
Performance. Right. It's just performanceenhancingpatches.com. And then the Facebook ones, you can tell them about the Facebook ones.
Yeah, and then there's the Facebook pages, Performance Stem Cell Patches. And then there's, Performance Enhancing Stem Cell Patches. And then there's Wendy Rich Energy page. And then there's a Wendy Rich Energy group. You can join any of those.
Right.
We'll look forward to seeing your comments.
Right. And that was the other thing I was going to say. We can take your questions if you just go onto the YouTube chat. So the link, we have a link on our performanceenhancingpatches.com. If you go to the bottom, scroll to the bottom, you can actually click on that link. And when we do a live stream, guys, you can actually interact with us. You can ask us questions and we can post your questions, obviously if it's the same question that we've already answered. But what are we doing tomorrow? What's our personality disorder tomorrow?
Today we did anger. Tomorrow maybe we should do anxiety.
Okay, that's
anxiety.
Very popular one, anxiety. Let's do that. So we're going to be talking about anxiety. We're going to have some really great information. We're going to talk about the patches that will help you with anxiety, guys. And it's just a form of fear. So wow, that was great. That was good today. We covered a lot. We had a little bit of entertainment, guys. And as always, our goal is really to help as many people to enjoy a quality of life, a higher quality of life. I mean, we can't force people to do it, and people want to stay where they're at. That's your choice, guys. But if you want a game changer, a life changer, really to just morph into the person that you were meant to be. That's how I always say, person that I was meant to be. Who was I really meant to be? Was I meant to be this person that somebody else influenced and created these fears that is just false evidence appearing real? It's not real, just like you were saying, Wendy, about OCD and some of the things that people obsess over. It's just all in our mind, and thinking negative things instead of thinking positive. Like, you brought out a good point one time. You said, imagine if we could flip that and reverse it. Instead of OCDing over negative stuff, we could OCD over like how awesome this could turn out.
Like, can you imagine having an obsessive compulsive disorder on positive things?
Like how beautiful things are going to turn out and how great things are going to end up.
So beautiful. I just can't stand it.
Right. It's like I'm obsessing over how amazing it is and how awesome it is, instead of, the fear and the negative. So yeah, it's totally it's a game changer, guys, and we are grateful to have you guys here. We're we're going to do time wise. Sometimes, you know, we'll see if we can do it around 12 noon Pacific. Sometimes we might be a little bit later. Today we started a little bit later, around 1:30ish or so. But their replay is always available, and you can share the replay too. And we'll repost the replay, so you guys that missed it, whatever, you guys can replay it. So yeah, anything else? Are we going to go out with our tag song?
Yeah.
Living younger. What is it? Living younger longer.
Let's live. Yes, everybody wants to live younger, longer. So.
Okay, so we're going to go out with our song, guys. This is one of my favorite songs because it talks about.
You just like the dance.
I do. I'm trying to learn this dance. Wendy's telling me she's an expert at it. She's going to show how to do it. So
yeah, next time.
Yeah, right. Okay, guys, here we go. And ciao for now. Live younger, longer.
I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever? Some are like water, some are like the heat. Some are a melody and some are the beat.